A game show on local cable television? Join us for the next 30 minutes as we learn which of these two teams knows more about their city, and all of us explore the arts, history, people, and places of Long Beach, a city alive. Here's the host of City Alive, Mark Sudar.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. We're going in with another round of City Alive, a chance to learn a little bit more about Long Beach and its people. And we have two more teams ready to pit their skills against one another. Each team absolutely certain that they know more about our hometown than the competition. We'll find out about that in short order. Let's introduce our teams to you now. Two of the Long Beach Unified School District's finer high schools are represented on this round of our program. We welcome teams from Millikan High, the Rams, and from Poly High, the Jackrabbits. Welcome, everybody. Good to have you with us. We wish you good luck, and as I like to say each time out, we wish you luck too. That's our subtle encouragement for you to play along. Easy game to play. We'll just explain the rules as we go along. And players, let's just dive right into our first story. It has to do with the arts in our town, and the arts are really thriving, alive and well in our city, as Dave Kelly learned when he happened on this most interesting and refreshing dramatic troupe. Watch.
Nurse, the needle!
Not the needle!
See, the needle! Give it to me!
Oh! Look! The ring!
Yeah!
Ah!
Off to the cardinal! What about my fee?
All for us and none for you!
Who are these strange people lurking around Long Beach? Did they enter the time machine in 1550 and step out on the Queen Mary? No, they're a locally based comedy troupe that specializes in pratfalls and Italian Renaissance humor. I'll let them introduce themselves.
La Familia!
Renegade!
On this day, the Renegade troupe invaded Cal State. Students on lunch break better beware. I asked Renegade member Beverly Turner to describe the group's no-holds-barred sense of humor.
The name Renegade means renegades. And for anybody who sees the performance, I think you know why. Renegades of comedy. We do things a little bit differently. The Commedia dell'arte started in Italy, and its influence spread onto France and on through England. And basically, all comedy has its roots in commedia. Sitcoms of today, the slapstick humor, melodrama, all of them are based in commedia. So basically, this is the root of all comedy.
Pull this sword from this stone, and you will lay heir to all you can see.
But the sword is not in the stone.
It is now.
Heir to all I can see.
But first you must be pure of heart.
I am.
Wrong answer! Quickly!
Renegade began in the summer of 1983 as a recreation park production. Since then, they've performed at the annual Renaissance Pleasure Fair, the Utah Shakespeare Festival, and a number of Long Beach activities. They intend to keep Long Beach as their home.
I was born in Long Beach, and I really love the city. Everyone else was based everywhere from Hollywood down to Redondo Beach, and we slowly started moving in towards Long Beach. With the Renaissance that's happening downtown, we felt that we were the perfect troupe for Long Beach. We don't really particularly want to go into the LA area. We'd rather educate the people around here to our type of theater and our type of humor.
Renegade member Peter Stone says the conditions for comedians are better today than they were for the Renaissance court jester.
The pay is probably a little better, but you don't get your head cut off if you offend the king. You just get run out of town.
Renegade is available for private events and celebrations, and they're a lot more fresh than the same old stale birthday cake. For City Alive, I'm Dave Kelly.
Okay, Dave, thank you very much. Here's how our game plays. Players, we will have a series of multiple choice questions for you. Each question's worth 10 points. We like to have you have your hands on those buttons because as soon as you think you know the answer, even if I haven't finished that question, press your button down. If you get the answer right, you pick up 10 points. If you miss out on the correct answer, the opposition has a chance to scoop up those same 10 points. So listen carefully, answer as accurately as you can. We wish you luck. Hands on buttons for the first multiple choice question. Renegati has performed their own version of Dickens' A Christmas Carol in a local theater. At which of the following theaters would they most likely have appeared? The Terrace Theater, the Community Playhouse, or the Whiteman Theater? Millikan.
The Community Playhouse.
Community, right, for 10 points. I knew it was in there someplace. You know, they have also been the opening act for jazz and pop singer Della Reese at the Long Beach Amphitheater, so they've been keeping busy. All right, you're on the board with 10 points. Polly, here's your chance to catch up. Renegati, along with other performance and arts groups here in Long Beach, belongs to an organization which works to promote all of the arts. Which of the following is the name of the organization? Is it the Cooperative Artists Consortium? Is it the National Endowment for the Arts? Or is it the Public Corporation for the Arts? Jackrabbits.
Cooperative Arts Consortium.
That's an incorrect answer. Millikan, here are the remaining choices. The National Endowment for the Arts or the Public Corporation for the Arts?
I think it's public.
Yeah.
Public.
Public Corporation for the Arts?
Yeah.
Right, for 10 points. All right. 20-0, the score. Millikan out in front. Polly, another chance to get on the board. At which major Long Beach event would you have been able to see the Renegati troupe perform? Was it the Renaissance Art Festival? Was it the Queen Mary Jazz Festival? Or the annual Christmas Fiesta at Rancho Los Alamitos? Millikan.
I'd say A, Renegati, the Renaissance one.
You'd be right for 10 more points. So that brings us to the end of our first round. Millikan, so far you've shut out Polly. Scores 30-0, but the game is young, as you will see. Anything could happen. We'll take a break right now and then come back with a story dealing with the arts here in Long Beach. All that when City Alive continues. Don't go away.
Hi, I'm Bob Maxson, host of Beach View. I invite you to take a real look at our community and the world through the eyes of the experts at California State University, Long Beach. You'll find our show to be both current and interesting. Please join us on Channel 3.
There's a lot of talk about college athletes. At Long Beach State, it's all good. Learn more about one of the nation's top-ranked programs in competitive sports on the next Beach View.
Well, we welcome you back for another round of City Alive. We have an interesting game going so far. It's Millikan against Polly. Millikan out in front, 30-0. But the way this goes, the score could change at any point. Let's take a moment right now and meet our players individually, all right? We'll start with our friends from Millikan High School, and the Rams captain is Michael Lawrence. Hi, Mike.
Hi. Michael Lawrence. I'm the student body president at Millikan High School, which happens to be the home of the Ironman Trophy. To my immediate left is Haley Sloan. She's a song girl for the cheerleaders. And to my far left is Robert DeRozzo, a varsity football player and editor of the Aries Yearbook. We're very glad to be here. Thank you.
Glad to have you here. We welcome you and continue good luck through the game. Let's say hello to our friends from Poly. Jackrabbits captain is Heather Whalen. Hi, Heather.
Hi, I'm Heather Whalen from Poly High School, and I'm a member of the PACE program there. To my left is Locke Doe, who also plays on the tennis team, and to my far left is Laura Lerner, who's National Merit Scholar.
Congratulations. Welcome to you all. We're glad to have you here. A fast question. I don't know what the PACE program is. Maybe some of our viewers don't either. Help us.
Okay, the PACE program is a program where you can take advanced placement courses in high school, and those are courses which can give you college credit. You take a test, and depending on how well you score on the test, you can or cannot get college credit, and it's just an opportunity to take higher level courses.
Okay, great. Shall we go into our second round of questions? Let's do it right now. Dave Kelly has another story for us, and I guess it's safe to say you'd have to be nuts not to like this little report from our pal Dave Kelly. Watch.
I'm standing outside of the Marmion Company, the oldest family business here in Long Beach. It's a tradition that goes back to 1907. And it's easy to see why it's lasted this long if you go inside and talk to the people who run the business.
It's the kind of place you might expect to see in Kansas, Missouri, or North Dakota. But you certainly don't expect to see this kind of folksy, down-home good neighborliness in a major West Coast city. And that's what makes the Marmion Company so special. Many of the customers are greeted on a first-name basis. 74-year-old George E. Marmion has been operating this business since 1933. His stock in trade is the roasted peanut. George probably knows more about what constitutes a well-roasted peanut than just about anybody else you'll meet in a lifetime. He still uses the old gas flame roaster, which was also used in the past to roast coffee beans. I asked George to give me some trade secrets.
I think the secret to me is a slower roast, and not to overdo them. Now, I prefer a light roasted peanuts, which I think are sweeter, and everybody really likes them that way, I think.
The Marmion Company was started by George's grandfather, William Henry Marmion, who moved the family to Long Beach from Toronto. William Henry bought out Patterson's Coffee, Tea, and Spices Company in February of 1907. He moved the business to the current building in 1920. William's son, George Sr., got involved in the company in 1916. Through 3 generations, the style of business hasn't changed. The 4th generation is now carrying on the tradition. The company may not be around much longer, though, because the building is in the path of redevelopment plans. The store could be replaced by a new movie theater. George is concerned about the disintegration of family-operated businesses.
We are a big family with longevity here. My mother and father, of course, had the 5 children. I had 4 sisters, and we knew what family was. Every night you had to be home at 6 o'clock to eat your meal because that was dinner time. And there was a pattern, but now everybody's on their own, and there seems to be no family pattern anymore. And I think that is part of the social problem now, is the family doesn't get together and talk and eat and converse with each other like we did.
George's commitment to the community goes beyond just business. He's been very active with Pauley High and City College alumni and athletic programs.
I have an example here of the lighter peanuts before they've been roasted and the darker roasted peanuts. Now, George told me that the secret of this is to cook them for about 35 or 40 minutes. But I have a feeling the real secret here is that they don't roast any peanuts before their time. For City Alive, I'm Dave Kelly.
All right, Dave, thanks very much. Millikan, you have 30 points on the board. Polly, none yet, but here's your chance to tie up the game. Our first question in this category, good, hands are on buttons. Again, this is a multiple choice question. Today, roasted peanuts at the Marmion Company cost about $1.50 per pound, but back in the Great Depression, when George got started in the business, obviously prices were lower. What did a pound of roasted peanuts cost in the 1930s? Would you say 15 cents a pound? Would you say 30 cents a pound? Or 50 cents? Holly?
30 cents?
That is an incorrect answer. The question was, how much was a pound of roasted peanuts way back then in the 1930s? You said 30, correct? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the remaining options are 50 or 15 cents a pound.
15 cents per pound.
10 points are yours. 40-0. Holly, one more chance to change the situation. The founder of the Marmion Company, William Henry Marmion, started out, as we heard, back in 1907. Long Beach, which was a much smaller place back then at the turn of the century. How many people lived in the city, according to the census of 1900? 1,050, 2,250, or 5,550?
1,500.
1,500 is an incorrect answer. The options were 1,050, 2,250, or 5,550.
5,550?
That's an incorrect answer as well. Back in 1900, there were 2,250 Long Beach residents. Okay, we have one more question in this category. Hands on buttons. Here we go. Back in 1907, the economy of the city of Long Beach centered pretty much around one industry. Was it oil, Was it tourism? Was it shipbuilding?
Shipbuilding?
Millikan, yeah, it's your answer.
Shipbuilding? I'm sorry.
That's an incorrect answer. The remaining options are the oil business or tourism, Polly.
Tourism?
Tourism is right for 10 points. You're now on the board. Nicely done. Let's go on to our next story right now as we talk about people in Long Beach, and in this instance, the way people like to spend their leisure time in our part of the country, and that's out on the water, as Dave Kelly learns. Watch.
If you happen to be near the bay at twilight, you'll see them catch the wind when it's just right. They have competition here in windsurf sailing. That is, of course, for the ones who aren't failing. It's not difficult once you're away from the shore, although sometimes you have to make like a matador. The water is cool, but it won't chill your bones. It's actually quite safe, according to Jeff Jones.
Boards that are highly buoyant, they stop next to you if you fall in the water. The sail itself, you're holding on to, so there's very little chance of it ever hitting you, unlike a sailboat. And in fact, the boards themselves are exempt from U.S. Coast Guard lifeguard life jacket requirements. That's because they found in the test that they're quite safe.
If you're 1 part surfer and 2 parts sailor, then you shouldn't have to worry about doing a full gainer. Keep it on the water. Don't go in the sand. Won't someone please give that man a hand? The world record in this is 36 miles per hour. Surely they never called that man a coward. But it's still a little unclear in my mind. Is this surfing or sailing we're trying to define?
More like sailing than it is like surfing. Surfers sometimes have a hard time at first adapting to the sport. They think it'll be a lot like surfing. And in reality, it is at an expert level, but not at a beginning or intermediate level. It's more of a sailing sport.
Describe for me the typical windsurfer, if there is such a thing.
Oh, I don't know if there's a typical. I mean, we have people involved in the sport from about age 5 all the way to age 85. Majority of our participants are middle-aged professionals. We get stereotyped, I think, as being a younger group because of surfing, but unlike surfing, it's mostly an adult sport.
You can take lessons if you want to learn how. You can even buy your own gear if your wallet will allow. Or if you're like me, you'll take the gondola for now. This is Dave Kelly, signing off. Ciao.
All right, Dave, thank you. We have a 40-10 game going. Millikan Rams in front of the Poly Jackrabbits. Here we go with our next battery of multiple choice questions. Ready, everybody? Which of the following aquatic events was held in Long Beach during the 1984 Olympics? Swimming, water polo, or yachting? Millikan.
Yachting.
Correct for 10 more points. Bringing our score to 50-10 in favor of Millikan. Another question. Stand by, Polly. During which Olympic year was the Marine Stadium used for the rowing competition? Was it 1932? Was it 1956? Was it 1984? Millikan.
1932.
Right for 10 points. You are running away with the game, 60-10 in favor of the Rams. Polly, here's your chance to catch up again. The flamboyant Atlanta entertainment industry mogul, Ted Turner, has been known to appear in Long Beach to participate in which of these aquatic activities? Competitive rowing at Marine Stadium, sport fishing for blue marlin, or yacht racing? Millikan.
Yachting.
Right. 10 more points. So you're really jumping ahead, 70-10 in favor of Millikan. But Polly, folks, realize that we're about to start a bonus round. And when the questions increase in value to 30 points a pop, you could still run away as possible winners. So don't give up the ship. Let's hang around and see who wins it all. We'll show you right after we take this quick time out. Don't go away.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Bases loaded. The runners should get an extra jump. They go. The pitch. Swing and a drive. Deep to right. This ball may go. Back goes Hall. It is gone. Adios. A grand slam home run for Leifer.
All right, we have an interesting game going here. We're playing Millikan's Rams against Polly's Jackrabbits. The score is 70-10 in favor of the Rams. What makes this game interesting is that we've been in this kind of scoring situation before. The team lagging in points has come back to win. So it's not over until it's over. Let's get to our fourth and final story right now, and it has to do with an event that takes place in Long Beach but gathers worldwide attention. I'm talking about the Grand Prix, and Dave Kelly has the details.
I'm in the California room of the Breakers Hotel looking down over the Grand Prix Raceway. In this story, we'll take a look at how the city gears up for this big annual event.
Along with the Queen Mary, the Grand Prix has helped put Long Beach on the map. Every spring, national attention is focused along Shoreline Drive. You don't have to be a race fan to be aware of the impact on this city. Visitors flock to the hotels and restaurants near the racecourse. Here at the Breakers, every room is filled. Parking spaces near the course can be hard on the pocketbook. Aside from cars and engines, there are other activities to celebrate Race Week. Here, the community band is practicing for a special Grand Prix performance. For sheer enthusiasm and thrills and spills, it's hard to beat the annual Mini Grand Prix at City College. Students use people power to race these homemade carts around a rather treacherous course. The secret is the quick change, because all three team members alternate pushing and riding. Of course, there are some teams that can't seem to avoid bailing out. There are trophies and celebrities here, and when victory is accomplished, it is sweet. This year's trophy in the men's division went to Team Ganat. Ganat is Tong spelled backwards. Tong is a fraternity at City College. The winners had an interesting motto.
Where does the slogan "Victory or Death" come from?
It's a vigilante type attitude that we have. It's do or die. And
we figured the only way we could lose is by a gnarly wipeout.
Yeah. We were going to go even if we lost limbs.
Mario Andretti told us victory or death last year at the Grand Prix, and well, you know how he does. So.
Well, I hate to ask, what would have happened had you not won today?
Well, we had enough confidence. We didn't even think of losing. That's okay.
It would have been death.
It would have been
suicide.
Death.
You've heard of Jonestown, right?
Yes, I have.
We're Ganat Town.
Despite all of the activities, notoriety, visitors, and dollars the Grand Prix brings to Long Beach, there are some in this city who wish it would never have come in the first place. Residents near the track complain of traffic jams and intolerable noise levels. That seems to be the price the city has to pay in order to be in the national spotlight. For City Alive, I'm Dave Kelly.
Players, in this our bonus round, the value of each question jumps up to 30 points. Polly, that's important for you because if it goes well for you, you could win the game. But realize that if Millikan gets one correct answer, the game is over and it belongs to the Rams. So listen carefully, keep your hands ready on the buttons, and good luck, everybody. First question in this category. Which of the following would be the father-son team of drivers that recently won at the Grand Prix in back-to-back consecutive years? I use the term team of drivers, that's not necessarily so. Father and son race drivers that won in back-to-back years. Was it Al Unser and Al Unser Jr.? Was it A.J. Foyt and Robert Foyt? Was it Mario and Michael Polly?
Mario Andretti.
Right, 30 points are yours. We now have a game score, 70 to Millikan, 40 at Polly. Let's see what happens with this, our next question. What is the man, or I should say, who is the man considered responsible for bringing the Grand Prix to Long Beach? Was it Jackie Stewart? Was it Jim Gray? Was it Chris Pook? Jackie Stewart, Jim Gray, Chris Pook. If you don't know, either Millikan.
Jim Gray.
Incorrect answer. Polly, the remaining choices are Chris Pook and Jackie Stewart.
Okay, Jackie Stewart. Is it Jackie Stewart?
Jackie Stewart is an incorrect answer. I'm sorry. Nobody picks up any points on that question. Polly, get the next question right. You'll tie up the game and we'll be going into a tiebreaker. Here we go. Which automobile manufacturer has been the sponsor of the Long Beach Grand Prix ever since it started back in the 70s? Millikan High.
Toyota.
Toyota is correct. Well, I tell you, you took it right down to the wire. Polly came up from behind and gave you a run for it. But you are our winners. And let me tell you about your prizes, because they're nice. Each of you and a guest are headed for Catalina. And much of the fun of getting there will be the trip, which is yours via Catalina Cruises. And from either Long Beach or San Pedro, you will cruise to the fabled island of Catalina on spacious triple-deck vessels that are built for comfort and pleasure. And it's round trip, of course. We are going to bring you back, so don't worry about that. And nobody leaves City Alive empty-handed. Our runners-up will walk away with cowboy hats from Kelly's Costume Rental, where they have thousands of costumes, accessories, hats, masks, and makeup. And Kelly's also offers things like balloons, wholesale and retail, with your message printed on them for a party, sales meeting, convention, whatever. Kelly says come and see them because they know they can help you out. So thanks for giving us a very interesting game toward the end, Polly. You played well. Congratulations to our friends from Millikan. We want to thank you all for being with us. Those of you who joined us in the house tonight, thank you. And to those of you watching at home, would you come back when we do this whole thing one more time? We'd like that. I'm Mark Sudok. See you next time on City Alive. Bye-bye.
You did good.